BB 851, turn right, heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
The Boeing 777X is one of those aircraft that the entire aviation community is indeed excited to see, from its incredible wings to those folding wingtips to the overall sleekness of the design. However, since rolling out, it's been plagued with issues that have seen its overall first flight date constantly delayed. In fact, here on the channel, I've covered the developments on a constant basis. We first thought that a first flight would take place in June, then July, and then later this year. Well, now, according to the CEO of Boeing and also General Electric, the 777X will not be ready to fly until early 2020 thanks to issues with the GE9X engine. These issues I have already discussed previously, but essentially they've resulted in any plans of a first flight being put on hold, as the engines are completely stripped and in need of dire fixes. The first flight being pushed back to 2020, or should I say early 2020, is also disastrous to the overall scheduling of the delivery. The flight testing program for new aircraft, once they get up in the air, is 12 to 14 months, and this is according to analysts. But as the 777X has now had a number of new issues encountered, especially with the GE9X engines, it could be 16 months after the first flight that delivery takes place. And this would mean that customers like Emirates and also Lufthansa, who are both eagerly awaiting the type and have already made plans to retire aircraft, will indeed see the type delivered a whole year late. Now, hypothetically, if the 777X took flight in December, it still would be delivered in 2021 thanks to that lengthy flight testing program. In regards to the development of the type itself, the CEO said, "The airplane side of the equation is progressing on plan and one of the cleanest development programs we've seen. This is something we can definitely acknowledge, as the issue seems to be strictly related to the General Electric engines, not say a cockpit button from Boeing. The GE9X engines will power both the 777-8 and the 777-9, the only two variants currently on offer to customers. The type is also said to have an 11% better cash operating cost per seat than the A350-1000, the type it is set to compete with, but also the type that was delivered at the beginning of 2018, meaning it is already flying with customers today. In addition, the 777-9 will be able to seat roughly 426 passengers, while the smaller 777-8 will be able to seat 384. What's interesting to me is that the CEO of Boeing said that the type would still be at this stage delivered to Lufthansa before the end of 2020. Now, if we do assume that the first flight takes place in, say, February of 2020, that will leave some 10 months for the entire flight testing to take place. While the CEO did warn it could slip into 2020 if the issues with the GE9X persisted, to me that seems to be cutting it awfully tight considering what we've had in recent months regarding the type needing around a year or more of flight testing. While certainly not trying to bring the MAX into this, it is very important to mention that following ET302 and JT610, the overall testing and certification process has changed and will now be scrutinised even more than before. Of course, this will in turn see certifications take more time. What are your thoughts though on the situation unfolding with the Boeing 777X? Do feel free to let me know down in the comment section below, and as always, thank you very much for tuning into another one of my videos. I do very much look forward to you all joining me in the next one.